The decades of the 1960s and 1970s have to be considered the best in terms of the quality of the automobiles that were produced in the United States at that time. There is something unique about such automobiles, and as a result, they have retained a significant amount of their worth over the years. Collectors and people who are passionate about automobiles appreciate them because of their powerful engines, macho styling, and the way they make the owner feel like they are living the American dream. There are a handful of those brands and models that continue to be quite sought after even in this day and age, and their prices reflect this demand, at least for those who have a passion for automobiles. So if you are a muscle car lover, then you will surely love this video. Here we will show you the 5 greatest muscle cars in American history. But before that, if you are new to our channel, then subscribe to our channel first. And don't forget to hit the bell icon. Let's get into the video. 5. The Pontiac GTO. The vehicle is commonly regarded as the first muscle car and is widely recognized for kicking off the trend of muscle cars in the 1960s. The Pontiac Tempest offered the GTO as an add-on package when it was first produced in 1964. The top spec pack offered 3 carburetors, which gave the GTO's 6.4-liter V8 engine the ability to generate 348 brake horsepower. In addition, it has a manual transmission with 4 speeds, upgraded suspension, a larger hood, and wheel scoops. The sum of all the upgrades produced a vehicle that could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 5.7 seconds. All of this for the low price of just $4,500. Performance and pricing that could not be beaten at the time it was offered. 4. The Hemmi Cooda. Unfortunately, the Plymouth Barracuda spent its first few years operating in the shadow cast by the Ford Mustang, even though it was first unveiled in 1964, a few weeks before the Mustang. In 1970, the Cooda had a comprehensive overhaul that included the installation of a big 7-liter V8 engine that was capable of producing a monstrous 425 brake horsepower and achieving 0 to 60 in under 5.6 seconds. The basis was shared with the newly introduced Dodge Challenger. However, it featured a wheelbase that was a little bit shorter. Plymouth did not want to meddle with its renowned V8, which would have required modification to fulfill the forthcoming pollution rules. As a result, the model was discontinued just a year later, and only 115 automobiles were sold before it was discontinued. Many examples of the Hemmi Cooda are now considered genuine collectibles and have been known to fetch prices in the millions of dollars. 3. The Chevrolet Camaro. The Chevrolet Camaro was introduced in 1967 as the company's response to the increasing popularity of the Ford Mustang. The platform used for cars, as well as many other significant components, was shared with the Pontiac Firebird, which was also introduced in the same year as cars. The base model of the Camaro was equipped with a 6.4-liter V8 engine that generated 375 brake horsepower. Chevrolet supplied cosmetic modifications in the form of choices called RS and SS. But for those who were more interested in performance, there was the Z/28 package, which comprised upgrades to the brakes, suspension, and transmission in addition to a lighter 5.0-liter V8 engine. An additional optional upgrade was available, which was a 6.5-liter V8 engine. The Camaro, in contrast to the previous 2 entries on this list, is still being produced as recently as today. 2. The Dodge Charger. The original model was released in 1966, but sales of the first generation were, to put it mildly, not particularly impressive. When the second generation of the Charger was introduced in 1968, sales of the vehicle skyrocketed, and Dodge ended up producing 3 times as many automobiles as they had anticipated at the outset. The Charger came equipped with an insane 7.2-liter V8 engine that was capable of producing 380 horsepower. However, as an option, lesser engines that were more affordable were also available. When discussing the Charger, we can't avoid bringing up the Charger Daytona, a vehicle that is so dominant that officials from NASCAR have determined that it provides drivers with an unfair advantage while racing on the course. The Charger would no longer be allowed to compete in these races after NASCAR swiftly implemented new regulations that would ban their use. These days, a Charger Daytona can easily cost upwards of $150,000 at auction. 1. The Ford Mustang. From the start, the Mustang was a big hit. At last, a car that looks as good as it drives. Ford and Shelby worked together in 1965 to make the Shelby GT 350, which was an improved version of the model. The 4.7-liter V8 engine could make 360 brake horsepower. Shelby-tuned Mustangs got wilder as time went on. The GT 500 came out in 1967, and it had a huge 7-liter V8 engine. Along with this crazy engine, the GT 500 was different because it was easier to drive. A few years after that, the Mustang Boss 429 came out. At first, this model was only made for racing, but NASCAR's rules forced Ford to make some models for the general public. In just 3.2 seconds, the Boss could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour. Performance was ahead of its time. With so many beautiful cars to choose from, we had to go with the Mustang. Like and share the video, and also comment us below which of these is your dream car. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.